pleasure and honor to meet you.
Yeah, me too.
Particularly, I know China doing a lot of good work, but I do not know a specific of the state of art. So I'm looking forward to your lecture.
Thank you. Now let's begin. Waiting for Jennifer.
Yes. She's coming back soon.
Yeah.
She will interview.
Or you can introduce yourself.
At first, yeah. My name is Xiaohong Chen, professor of transportation planning and management. I worked in Tongji University from 1987. So I worked there more than 20 years. Now I'm working in Department of Traffic Engineering, School of Transportation Engineering. So it sounds very complicated. It's Department of Traffic Engineering, School of Transportation Engineering, Tongji University in Shanghai, China.
Let's see, we don't have a remote to do your slides, so
Yeah, so I can use
you
this.
do that or the arrow.
No problem. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a little late. I assume we're webcasting. Hello. And anyway, welcome. I'm sorry I'm a little late running around today. My name is Jennifer Dill. I am faculty in the School of Urban Studies and Planning here at Portland State University. And along with my colleagues, Professor John Glebe and Professor Miguel Figliozzi, we help organize this weekly seminar. And we're very happy today to have with us Professor Chen from Tongji University. She is a professor there in the School of Transportation Engineering. She's also a fellow professor with the UNEP program in environmental sustainability at Tongji University. She's visiting us here at Portland State along with some of her colleagues from Shenzhen Urban Transportation Planning Agency. They're visiting us today. We're very happy to have them here and for having her share with all of us a project that she's been working on with respect to the World Expo in Shanghai. So I'm going to turn it over to you. To remind everyone, if you haven't been here, we do webcast the seminar, so there's people watching on the web. So when we get to the end, when there's going to be time for questions, we do need you to use the microphones when you ask the question so that people watching on the web can hear. You need to hold the touch button and keep the red light lit while you're asking the question. If it's not working, I'll come around with the portable microphone. Okay? So carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I had to introduce myself before you come in here again. So I will begin my presentation about 2010 Shanghai World Expo Transportation Solution and Evaluation. Today's my outline includes 6 parts. The first is the introduction of Shanghai 2010 Expo. Then the Shanghai 2000 Expo Transportation Strategy we choose. Expo Transit System Plan. Then I will introduce transportation system in Expo Park. That means inner of the Expo site. Then the Expo Transportation Management and Control Area Planning is very successful for supporting Expo operation. Finally, I will introduce Expo Transportation System Optimization and very briefly evaluation. First, I will introduce the export transportation studies we had done. 2010 World Expo is the greatest event for Shanghai metropolitan area. Export transportation solution equals to urban transportation development plan. So we joined the transportation studies for Shanghai Expo from 2003 to 2010. It's about 7 years we worked for it. During 2003 to 2004, we finished the Shanghai 2010 Expo conceptual transportation system plan and demand analysis, so we can make a decision making for the transportation policy. During the 2004 to 2005, we finished the transportation system plan for Expo Park. It's more than 5 square kilometers area. The plan is including road network, pedestrian system, bus system. Then in 2005, we finished the research on the export-oriented Shanghai new transport system. It means we made whole of the city for the infrastructure plan for export operation supporting. During the 2005 to 2007, we did research on transport strategy and critical techniques for intense visit assembling and evacuation of Shanghai Expo. It's a huge challenge for the very big number of visitors. I will mention that soon. During 2006 to 2007, we finished Export Traffic Service System Plan and the Export Bus System Plan and ITS. During Expo, there's a very successful Export Bus System operating. In 2008, we finished the research on transportation management and control district setting and tactics. In 2009, we did safety and security analysis and evacuation for the main facility in Expo Park, in some Expo CM pavilions, China pavilion, and etc. In last year, during Expo operation period, we also began to do the after assessment of the 2010 Shanghai Expo's transportation plan and operation. We finished the research project last December. At first, the first part I will give the brief introduction of Shanghai Expo. In Shanghai Expo, the theme is a bad city, bad life. This is the first time the Expo choose the city as a theme. The duration is a half years from May 1st to October 31st. It's totally 184 days. The Expo site was located in the center of the city. It takes city as a theme here. It's over the Huangpu River. It's in both sides of the Huangpu River. So it's also the huge challenge for the over river transportation demand. This is the master plan of the Expo Park. Also, it was finished by our university. So the Tongji University played the very important roles for the Shanghai Expo. We did the master plan, we did the transportation system plan. We also designed the much pavilions in the Expo Park. Also, we developed the operation system of the traffic control. Shanghai municipal government choose building the Expo Park in the city area because it can be maximize the after use of the newly built facility, including the metro lines, road networks. So it's, I think it's economic. The Shanghai Expo provides a perfect opportunity to the rebuilding of this area, which will be built as a new sub-center. Before the Expo, it's industrial areas. It created some problem, for example, air pollution and traffic jam and etc. So we, after the Expo, we can rebuild the area. The size, the area is about 6 square kilometers in total. The pavilion layout is more than 3 square kilometers. The Expo Park will become a new activity center, I mentioned. This is the Expo Park in the east part, Pudong. You will find there's an Expo Center, Expo Cultural Center, China Pavilion, and Expo Theme Pavilion. Also, there's Expo Corridor. It's an elevated bridge, so it's very beautiful, especially in the night. In 2003 and 2004, we did the demand prediction for the Expo. It's very interesting because the demand prediction is very near the accurate visit number. So you will find we did the demand, it's 52.8 million during half year. Actual visit is 33.08 million totally. It's almost the same, almost the same. This is the largest expo in history. There's 11 days, more than 600,000 visitors. The highest was 1.03 million in weekends and 860,000 in weekday. So it's a very great pleasure for the urban transportation system. This is the daily variance, prediction versus accuracy. You will find it's almost the same. Average volume is 400,000 per day. So normal peak is 600,000 a day. The extreme peak we predicted is 800,000, but actually it's 1.03 million a day. So the largest total volume and the daily volume in history is the largest number. The trip mode of the visit is largely depends on the transit system. More than 80% of visitors using transit mode arriving and departing the Expo Park. It's a great success for the Expo transportation. Among them, the metro system shares more than 37%. There's 6 MRT lines with 11 stations, including a metro gate. I will explain what is a metro gate. Provided the service connecting the site directory. So operation time was extended till the midnight. Originally, the metro system ended the service in 11 p.m. But during Expo, it extended till midnight. Also, there's 8 park and ride lots and 3 ferry gates to arriving the Expo Park. This is a finally mode spirit for the Expo visit. The predicted MIT is more than 50%, but actually it's less than. Also 13% lower, but the Expo bus and the coach provide another capacity of the transit. So the more than 80% more than 80% of visitors using transit. So there's no traffic jam around the Expo area. Before the Expo operation, we started the Expo transportation strategy. At first, we did the transportation problem analysis for whole the city area. Because of the limited capacity of the transportation system, we have much choices for the Expo transportation solution. Because Expo Park located in the central city, so there's a very busy urban daily trips. Also, there's a limited expansion capacity of transportation system in consideration of facility after use and keeping the daily life. This is a simulation of the traffic operation we did in 2004. We predicted operation in the 2010 during the Expo. We will find that there's many red dots on the road network. It means a traffic jam. So the public transport is the only way out. It means we only one path we can go in. It's because only public transportation system with high capacity can burden the intense Expo visitor volume. Also, the public transportation should carry more than 90% of the visit. If we couldn't arrive the obstacle, perhaps the traffic status will be very worse. So we also analyzed the mode choice preference by means of some traffic survey. The time and the expense are the two main factors that impact the travel's mode choice. Expo visitors would be more sensitive to time consumption because of the large fixed cost for accommodation and intercity travel, etc. So the Expo visitors would choose a transport mode as rapidly as possible. So there would be a great number of private cars and traffic if we have additional transportation strategy for Expo. After the analysis, we choose the transportation strategy for the Expo. The purpose is the set up an efficient, comfortable, reliable, and safe transportation system which can provide comprehensive services to Expo visitors, but without affecting the urban daily activity heavily, because Expo will last half years, not Olympic Games, only 2 weeks. So we build our Expo transportation strategic. I called it GNC, means guide and control. Guide and modify the travel behavior of visitors by construction and management measures to transfer visit from the private mobility mode to public transportation system, so we can control the system operation at the acceptable level of service. So we made 4 strategies. The first is private traffic control. I will introduce TMCA, Traffic Management and Control Area Setting. The second is public transportation promotion. during the Expo period, the municipal government gave each family a transit card valued 200 RMB. And the local government encouraged the family use transit mode arriving the Expo Park. The third strategy is more facility supply. Before the Expo year, we reconstructed, rebuilt all of the road network around the Expo site. The fourth strategy is the park and ride encouraging. We set up some park and ride lot on the suburb of the city. The third part I will introduce is the Expo Public Transit System Plan. We planned a dedicated system. There's one temporary MRT line. It's line 13. And the Expo bus system and Expo coach system for all of the visitors coming from urban area or the around area of the Shanghai. Also, we optimized the shared system, including existing MRT and bus routes, provided both for the visitors and the commuters. You will find it's a framework of the visitors arriving mode. You will find only transit mode can arrive the entrance of the Expo Park very conveniently. All of the private traffic mode will transfer their mode into the transit system arriving the Expo site. There's you will find there's 8 entrances. 5 entrances connected the metro station very closely. You can, out of the station, then walk 5 or 10 minutes arriving the gate. There's 4 systems providing the transit service. The first is MRT system. Before the Expo, till the 2009, there's 11 lines, total 420 kilometers metro line length in Shanghai. There's 6 stations of 4 MRT lines connecting the 4 entrances of Expo Park directly and very conveniently. There's one dedicated line 13, link the transfer gate with the inner park, crossing the Huangpu River. There's only 3 stations. One station is out of the park. After the visit, finish the security check and the ticketing, then take the train directly into the Expo Park, Angpuxi or Pudong area. More than 5.5 million visitors daily during the Expo period. The highest volume of the passengers is 7.3 million in a working day. Totally, one day, the MRT system can hold more than 7 million riders. The second system is Expo taxi system. During the Expo, there's more than 4,000 Expo taxi. They could enter the TMC area whole days. Here, there's Expo logo with the taxi. Averages 330,000 trips per day. The Expo taxi system can provide. This is the Shanghai metro system. It's very convenient, Around our old campus, we can take the metro line, then go to the Expo Park directory. Only, I think it's less than 40 minutes. The third system is Expo Coach. We planned 24 parking lots very near the Expo Park for the coach, coming from the Delta, Yangtze Delta area and from the Shanghai urban area. For the group visitor, they use the special gate. They have the priority of the queen, so they can pass the security check very quickly. Also, there we planned some expo lanes connecting the original road network till the expo gate. Also, we planned an expo bus system. There's 16 expo bus lines to expo park doors, and 6 expo suburban lines, and 20 expo B line, means faster bus line linking the area to the expo area. This is Expo bus with the Expo logo. This is the special terminals only for the Expo bus. During Expo, we also rebuilt the water bus on the Huangpu River. Also, they play the 2 roles. One is a ferry as a transportation tool. The second is the scenic viewing around the river. So we planned 3 water gates and planned the 3 ferry lines. So the Expo public transit system play a very, very important role also in the Expo Park. In the Expo Park, we built a clean public transit system here, there. There's totally 1,147 new energy vehicles, including 451 electric buses, 196 fuel cell buses, and 500 hybrid vehicles operating in the Expo Park. Here is the Expo Park. There's some numbers and some features about the vehicle, the clean vehicles. There's the bus in the Expo Park, the tour car in park, pavilion car, VIP car in park, bus outside and the taxi outside. On outside, we use the hybrid bus and hybrid cars. In the Expo Park, there's 3 kinds of new energy vehicles in operation. This is electric buses. Also, there's a very interesting system. I called it ultra capacity bus. It's also the electric buses, but it was charged on the bus station only half minutes to 1 minute. 1 minute. Also, there's 6 fuel cell buses supported by UNDP, financed by UNDP. Also, there's 120 electric buses used as Expo River crossing bus in Park and Puxi East line. This is super capacity buses. Here is they was recharged on the station. Also, this is tour taxis and some tour cars. The very important we did is we plan Expo TMC. Why we do the plan? Because the Expo visit was inevitably converge from the outlying areas of the city to the center, which will overlap with the main flow of the daily traffic. Without traffic control policies or measures, perhaps the traffic demand would twice as much as the road network capacity in the area around the Expo site. So we couldn't make the transit, especially the Expo bus, can run in the acceptable level of service. The space for the integrated traffic operation and evaluation of the visit outside the Expo site couldn't be guaranteed. So we must set up a special area. We called it traffic management and control. So we integrated with facility traffic organization as a traffic control scheme. It's including the time control, vehicle control, and the mode control. So we set up the two-level strategy. Lower the accessibility for private traffic. It included vehicles without license are forbidden into the area. Also, the private traffic are not allowed to park in traffic dispersed area which 3 kilometer distance from the boundary of the traffic control area. This is the first strategy. The second is we integrated traffic can arrive at entrance. Only the integrated traffic. It means Expo bus, Expo coach can arrive at entrance. Through traffic will be devised from the road network around the traffic control area by means of traffic control signal and traffic sign. The local commuter traffic can enter the traffic control area with a license. They can apply it according their working site and the living house. Expo private traffic and local business traffic can enter the traffic control area in some period in terms of the traffic condition in traffic control area. This is the scheme of our traffic management and control strategy. There's 2 levels. The first level is the forbidden area, only open for the licensed cars and transit system. This is a method of how to determine the traffic management and control zone. We considering the network capacity, the influence of daily traffic, boundary road conditions, and traffic characteristics, the traffic demand of Expo private traffic, and the possibility of implement management and control scheme. Finally, we set the boundary. It's the red line. It's a red line. It's about 500 to 500 meter to 800 meter from the Expo Park boundary. This is the evaluation of the traffic management and the control area. This is a parking vehicle. It's arriving, departure, the total, and the peak period. We do the traffic. We do the traffic survey at the last half month of the Expo. It's October 14th. It's a weekday, and October 16th is a weekend. It's the highest visit volume. So it's about during the weekday, it's about 7,000 automobiles addition. During the weekend, it's about 10,000 additional car demand arriving the Expo area. The traffic volume of the screen line of TMC area at this table is also the traffic for additional traffic volume. It's about 20 to 30,000 per day. According the operation of the Expo period, we will find the planned traffic management and control area boundary and dedicated paths for Expo bus parking lots layout. Also setting up the traffic management regulation for Expo visitors according to their arriving and evacuation pattern during the different periods. Also, we determine traffic organization scheme for pedestrian VIP vehicles, buses, bicycles, taxis in TMC area. Design their traffic flow lines. Finally, we will find we put out the 5.5 thousand vehicle license will be distributed to residents, employees in TMC area. So finally, the total visitors is 33 million visitors. So the average is 400,000 persons per day, and additional 20,000 to 30,000 vehicles on average, in which 30 to 40% are group visitors. The group visitors also use the Expo coach. So there's very huge visitor numbers, but not very huge traffic demand adding. That has formed integrated public transportation service system, taking intensive public transportation mode as a main part. I mentioned all of the numbers. Also, here I took the January as an example. There is 6 million passengers per day for urban rail transit. Peak passenger volume reaches 6.6 million. Among them, the 86,000 person times per day for Expo bus. Parking volume of parking and ride is 800 to 1,000 vehicles per day. During the peak hours, the parking demand is 1,600. It isn't as high as we predicted, because most of the vehicle drivers knows they couldn't drive to the Expo Park because there's no parking space for them. So they most of them choose the transit mode as arriving mode. This is the Expo daily visit scheme for the January and August. It's very interesting because it's almost the same as we predicted. So during Expo transportation operation, the public transportation system has adequate capacity. So it's the most successful for our plan and the traffic operation management. Also, the advanced traffic information correction and traffic condition monitoring system supporting the traffic management. Also, there's a perfect export transportation evaluation institution by adjusting and improving the service continuously, almost day by day, week by week. They, during the export periods, the municipal government set up a dispatching center of export transportation supporter and operation center of Export Bureau and Shanghai Traffic Information Center. This is the every 5 minutes, the traffic control center can get the traffic operation sheet as shown here. There's advanced traffic information correction and traffic condition monitoring system I mentioned. This is the scheme of the Shanghai urban area expressway network operation status. The different colors stand for the different operation status. It means traffic jam or the traffic is coming. Finally, I will give some comments of the transportation system for Expo. There's a very successful management of metropolitan big events through correct transport tactics, concentrated infrastructure construction, operation capacity improvement, and institution building of the judgment in real time and dynamic adjustment. During the past 7 years, we continued and non-stepped transportation planning. I mentioned we did the transportation plan for 7 years, working for the export transportation plan. Also, we set up a stable and non-changed transportation strategic. It's a public transit priority, only public transit priority. The third is comprehensive and integrated measures, including increasing supply and reducing individual traffic demand by TMC, traffic management and control area setting. Finally, it's a realization of a multimodal public transportation service, including Expo coach, Expo bus, metro system, and taxi. So also we widespread prospective for transport policy and management measure of export to everyone, not living in Shanghai, also the national-wide. Everyone knows export transportation policy, only transit priority. Also, we like to mention is we set up a real-time traffic information decimations. There's 7 modes, including the website, TV and radio, map, service lines, and variable sign and signals, mobile terminals, including cell phone, TV, metro line, station, and cars. Video in 4,000 export taxi. Also, there's a self-service terminals in hotel. There's totally about 200,000 visiting during Expo. So it's very convenient. You can get dynamic traffic information about Expo transportation system and Expo Park. How long for the queuing for pavilion and etc. Informations. It's very convenient. That's all. Thank you.
So we'll open it up to questions. And I'll remind people to use the microphone.
Hi, please.
So I understand the Expo is different from the Olympics because it's 6 months versus 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I am curious if you were able to use the Olympics in Beijing as a starting point to help even begin to visualize what you were wanting for the Expo, or was the Olympics in Beijing helpful in any ways for lessons learned or best practices for designing this?
I think it's different. It's different. Not only the time period, also the destination of the travelers. For Olympic Games, there's many pavilions for the different games. So the visitors will go all of the cities. But for the Expo, there's only Expo Park. It's one destination. So we can design transit system connecting the one spot, one part. You please.
What was the capacity of the Expo buses?
Capacity.
Capacity, roughly. How many occupants or riders could fit on there?
As we mentioned, we predicted there's totally more than 70 million visitors for the Expo visit. So we can plan the capacity of the road network and transit system. So we use different mode to provide the capacity. Of course, the most of the capacity was provided by the transit. Among them, the half from the metro system, the other half from the bus and the coach system.
But I was wondering how many persons per bus?
How many?
So, like, how large
Yeah.
the bus? Were they 40-person buses or?
There's a totally for the Expo bus system. We added 36 extra lines for the Expo. In our city, the buses, the bus fleet is more than 17,000 totally. During the Expo bus, we added about 1,000 buses providing the service for the Expo.
Is that one working?
When you figured out the demand, did you analyze how many tourists versus local demand?
Yes. When we predicted the demand, we also analyzed the spatial distribution. It's about 1/3. It's about 30% from the Shanghai urban area. There's more than 40% visitors from the other province.
One more question. You talked about the transportation within the city.
Yeah.
Was there an effect on traffic coming from outside the city?
Yeah.
And did you include that in your analysis?
Yes. So we planned the different transportation methods serving for the visitors from the outside of the Shanghai. Most of them, more than half of them took the train, especially the high-speed trains coming arriving the Shanghai railway stations and transfer the Expo bus to the Expo Park. Part of them took the Expo coach from the around the city. It means perhaps it's 1 or 2 hours arriving in Shanghai. directly arriving the Expo Park.
Okay, Michelle, go ahead.
How is the Expo site being used today, and how is it connected to the transportation system, the everyday transportation system now?
Everyday transportation system in Shanghai after the Expo? I think it's a very huge numbers. For Shanghai urban area, every day there's a totally trips is more than 46 millions per day, trips per day. Because in Shanghai there's a totally 20 million population there.
So we have several people who are watching on the web, and a couple of them have emailed questions in, and 2 people at least are wondering if there was much planning for bicycle access to the Expo Center. As you know, in Portland, we talk a lot about bicycles. So.
Yeah. We all, I didn't mention that we also do the bicycle system planning for the Expo area. For we plan some, I can show the picture here. Here. This is the road around near the Expo Park. You will find this is a dedicated bicycle lane. This is a dedicated bicycle lane. So it's a pedestrian lane. So it's also very convenient if you choose to ride a bicycle to Expo Park. Also there we plan some bicycle parking lots for the riders. But most of the visitors comes from the remote area, so it is impossible for them to ride to the Expo Park. Only few of them can do it.
Go ahead.
You had a chart of the percentages of people arriving versus what you predicted. Do you have any thoughts about why they're different?
I also, I think it's a very interesting results. I think it depends on the traffic management and controlling, because the final results, I think it's mostly depends on the supply system methods, not only the demand method. In other words, for example, if we provide only one bus arriving the Expo Park, so you only use the bus can arriving there. So the traffic mode is no any other selecting. I think the amount, the total visitors also depend on the capacity we provided. Also the Expo Park capacity for the visitors, I think. Please.
I'm wondering if there were any issues of pedestrian volumes. I was imagining, actually, when I saw this picture, if with the number of people coming out of the metro stations and off of the buses, that you could have some times when you would have very large pedestrian crowds.
Yeah.
Was that an issue in planning, let's say the sidewalk capacity or escalators and that type of thing?
Yeah, we also do some pedestrian simulation around the station and the roadside work. This is why we must to set up the traffic measurement and control area, because within the areas there's a rare automobiles. So we can provide more spaces for the pedestrian pedestrian. This is another reason we set up the TMC, not only for the control private traffic. So the pedestrian walking is comfortable and safety during the metro station and the entrance.
For the web.
Now the expo is over, and I heard you said that all of that will become the activity centers. Could you tell us what kind of activity is that?
After the expo, there's only 4 buildings will be remained. Only 4 buildings. It's Expo Center, it's Conference Center, Expo Cultural Center as a theater, as the largest theater in Shanghai. Also, there's the pavilion. It's a CM Pavilion as a exhibition center. So all of the area will be reconstructed as I think it's a business, central business district, because there's a very convenient traffic condition. Also, there's a sufficient capacity for the transportation. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Professor Chen. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I'm very honored to give the presentation here.